Hey, welcome back. We are the Robots After All,
I'm Tom.
and I'm Andrew.
Yep,
Today
and
we're going to talk about the second season of He-Man. It's been a little while since we did an episode. I just recently moved, had a kid, and we're finally going to try to get back in the groove here of making these videos. We got a bunch of stuff kind of backed up: Cowboy Bebop, He-Man, the new Dune movie. Drawing a blank on some others, but there's a ton of stuff we've watched that we want to talk about.
yeah, there's a ton of stuff we watched and a ton of stuff we've done. I mean, you got that cool Turtles arcade cabinet. I got Oculus Quest 2, a bunch of other video games we've been playing. So we've got quite a backlog to talk about stuff. But we're here for you, and we appreciate you sticking with us through these tough times, as they say.
Like, comment, unsubscribe.
Yeah, make sure big unsubscribe button at the bottom of this. So go ahead.
Like the video and unsubscribe.
But yeah, you had a baby and you named her Tila, right?
I did, yeah. I actually, she was born with a full head of hair, and I shaved half of it off.
And you tell her magic isn't real, okay? There's no magic in this world.
And men are terrible.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe Revelation Part 2. And, I remember seeing the trailer. We both watched the trailer and we're like, oh, okay, this looks like they're trying to redeem what they did last season. But we also kind of were skeptical on whether they had this planned out from the beginning or not. I don't know.
But, or was it some kind of damage control type thing? But first impressions?
My first impressions was, I would say that I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I definitely liked it better than the first season, even though the first season I still enjoyed. I still hold that opinion that for the most part I enjoyed it, even not being like a huge He-Man fan as a kid. I didn't really grow up with it per se, but I knew it was around and I was into it. But so when I watched the first season, I still found joy without having that nostalgia to the characters. But I understand a lot of like the rage that people had behind those episodes. But this one, I feel like they really bring it back to what the fans really wanted in a lot of ways. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Those were my first impressions. How about you?
Yeah, same. I actually, I obviously went into the season kind of with a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from the first season. And I was kind of like, my brow was kind of furrowed. And then like, as I started to watch it, like it started to be like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I didn't have high expectations because I'd kind of seen what they had done with the first season. There was a couple of things here or there that kind of still bugged me a little bit, but like nothing was like offensive. It was all just like little stupid things. And, the acting was amazing. The animation was amazing. And I think that they actually kind of had some story beats that, tugged at the heartstrings, and like they actually gave Tila, the whole thing with like Tila and Tila's mother was definitely like an awesome story arc. I kind of felt like they should have almost kind of led with this season, this type of like all these types of stories, this type of approach to the characters, and then kind of carried into maybe Adam dying at the end of the season rather than like, a minute in or an hour in, I guess, because it was the first episode that he dies in the first season. But I think that if they had just flipped it, I think audiences would have been more accepting of kind of the Tila centric storyline.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would that could be true. But a part of me really feels like they had this planned out as like a bait and switch to like kind of hook people into like, and then get like this reaction by the community that was so like over the top dramatic, and then to kind of be like, okay, well now we're going to do this, and it's still, people are still going to want to watch it just to see what they do next in a way, because the fact that they already had like the go ahead to do 2 parts is kind of suspicious in my eyes. So, but I feel like, so I feel like there's some weird conspiracy involved with like this mentality, which you see in a lot of like clickbait headlines a lot of times, where there'll be like a headline to just get your attention and that'll get you angry enough to look and see what this is about. And I feel like it did this almost in like a TV show form, where it's like, we're gonna get people really upset about this, and then so it'll kind of get their attention, and everybody's going to talk about it, and then we're going to do a redemption story of like how we made He-Man the way he's supposed to be. Because this part, I feel like it's constantly making fun of itself throughout the whole series. Because even like they kept saying how like, I'm finally going to kill He-Man. It's like, okay, how many times are you going to have to say that I'm going to do what you didn't do? It's like kill He-Man. It's like you killed him, and then you stabbed him, and he almost died. But now, like, are they erasing the fact that he had already killed him? Because remember at the end, Evelyn is like, "I'm going to do what you never could do, Skeletor, kill He-Man."
Dun, dun, dun. Well, yeah, I think that's kind of like almost kind of harkening back to like the old show of just like every episode was let's try to kill He-Man, and the fact that he came back, it was like, well, we still didn't kill him. We got to kill him again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. It's almost like the current culture is like, clickbait, where it's like, we're killing puppies, and then you click on it. It's like, with kindness, everything's, like, thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Like, comment and subscribe.
People love to get upset about stuff, and that grabs the most attention, I feel.
Yeah, it very well could have been like a PR play. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's kind of where we're gotten to, but
even at the end of this season 2, he's talking about like in relation to what I said about the show making fun of itself, is like Skeletor and He-Man start fighting again, and he's like, this is what it's supposed to be, an internal internal battle for, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's just kind of like making a joke on itself.
Yeah,
that goes
that
against
definitely caught my ear too. I was like, oh, it's like that was the line that when I heard it, I was like, did they write this ahead of time, or is this a damage control episode?
Right.
Because it's like,
because
giving the fans what they want now, or
well, even like it could be a damage control thing too. And I was thinking about this aspect of it, of like the representation of He-Man when he turns into like Hulk version. It's like in my head, I'm like, I wonder if Kevin Smith was like, these are what the fans are right now. This is they're all Hulk.
That's what you want.
Yeah, this is what you guys are. So it'd be funny if he had that behind his head when he was doing that, or planned it out. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, the animation is great. The writing was well done. I mean, the character development was just so much better. I mean, yeah, like you said, Teela's arc, and even like Teela's sidekick's arc, I thought was kind of cool. How she kind of gets she becomes Man at Arms, and has like the cool little laser weapon at the end. That's a lot of fun.
Evelyn's story arc was really cool.
Yeah. And
Skeletor.
Mm-hmm. How she kind of is able to claim get the sword from him. Although it got a little sexy in there. I don't know. They were pushing the limits. Never seen Skeletor make out with somebody before. I get those teeth.
Yeah,
it's like that's not pleasant.
Face. It's like that's. We didn't need to.
Even like grabs like her hips. I'm like, whoa. Where are we going here? But yeah, then she goes Super Saiyan and woof, muscle bound. That's pretty good.
Immediately becomes short because, if you're going to be powerful, you have to have short hair. That's something that just annoys me in general. It's just like, why is like masculinity or why is like it? Why are you not powerful if you're feminine? Like, that's the thing that's kind of stupid. It's like, what kind of statement are you really making if it's like you have to go into more of a masculine kind of look that's like, the symbol of power kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's weird because they go back and forth with their hair, because at the end they all have long hair again. even Evelyn. She's like, "Oh, I grew my hair back," and then and Tila gets her hair back when she turns into like the all-powerful genie.
Yeah.
So their hair's back. They don't know what they're doing. They're going back and forth. You're gonna be if you're gonna have power, you got to look manly. Give them a bunch of muscles and short hair. That's how it works.
Yeah. Real ultimate power.
Real ultimate power. Itty bitty living space. Well, what else was going on? I mean, that show, I think in the intro, I did like the idea of seeing what would happen with He-Man if he just took on the spark. That was kind of a clever idea to kind of, and he just becomes a raging buffoon who doesn't know what he's doing.
Power.
Yeah.
Thought it was a little weird that they destroyed Preternia, and it was almost like, okay, I guess we're never going back there again. If that was like such a cool thing to like see Preternia, and then they just destroy heaven basically.
And only Subternia remains now. Or does that come? Or did they bring back Preternia at the end? I don't know.
I don't think they did.
And when do we get to see Orca nude?
You mean Orko?
Yeah,
Orca's a whale.
Orca. Both of them nude, please.
Free Willy.
Literally. Free Orko's Willy, if you know what I mean.
You never get to see Orko nude. He's dead again.
He's dead again, Mo, but didn't Evelyn grab him? Non-binary. Orko. At the end, she grabs Orko. It's like, not this time. But then I don't remember seeing him again after that.
Oh yeah, you're right. I do actually remember that, but I don't remember. I think it probably ended shortly thereafter or something like that. So
it was cool to see him back. I actually forgot about him, surprisingly. But I kind of knew that he was coming back because I think in the trailer they spoil all that stuff.
Oh really?
I think so. Because I think at one part of the trailer you hear his voice. Yeah, it was kind of neat how they brought him back, and he's like, "Oh, I'm all powerful now."
Beats up Skeleglow.
He's got the little banner tentacle. Yeah, fights Skeleglow. Again. Skeleglow revenge. Puts him in a bubble, an egg. Flips him around. Bye, Skeleglow.
That was the end of him.
I love how when they're fighting him, He-Man and Skeletor, they're grappled and hand in hand, and He-Man just is like, it's literally the animation. That one sequence is really cool because you see this impact effect of him throwing him, and he just gets launched into outer space.
It's like, bye, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It was definitely much better than the first season. They definitely ramped up the action. They ramped up, some of the fan service stuff. They did some interesting things with the, like you were saying, with the spark. What would happen. They answered some what if questions, right? They showed us a little bit about kind of how the sorceress is made, and what it kind of takes to be a sorceress. There was actually that whole little drama with basically Adam dying, basically causing his parents to basically, want to get a divorce.
Oh right, yeah.
There's some
I kind of glazed over that.
I mean, it was really quick, but I like those little things that are kind of world building, where it's the world is still kind of going on, even when they're not on screen, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was good.
Beast Man finally made the decision to go full beast. He's like, "Are you?" I love when Evelyn asks him that. He's like, "Are you more beast or more man?" And then he goes away and he's like, "I've decided I'm more beast. Give it to me, baby."
Today.
Huh?
That was just today. He says, "Today I'm more beast."
Today. Oh, okay. So he's gonna go back to being more man soon.
Yeah. And he basically turns into Ganon.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with his look in that form.
No,
it was kind of silly. Yeah, silly dog, weird face. Didn't like it. Wasn't cool. And then he barely did anything.
Yeah, that whole thing was unnecessary.
Yeah, weird. And then nobody else dies at that point, I don't think. Because then at the end they cut to Skeletor and the motherboard scene, which I love that scene.
That was
cool.
cool.
It was a good ending.
It was cool because you kind of got to see, why the people on Snake Mountain would have been following Motherboard. Because like at first you just see it and it's like, oh, the almighty circuits or whatever. You're like, what the hell? But then when you see Motherboard like take form and see how powerful she is, it's like, oh shit, well, she just ate Skeletor for breakfast. So
yeah, that was cool. I'm all in on Motherboard. She's attractive. She's got robot parts.
you do like your robots.
She
has violence.
She showed a little bit of it. That was just a taste of what she can do. But yeah, give me a Motherboard figure. I'd buy it.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say about that. So is Motherboard like an actual character in the original?
No.
So how is
came out? I missed my joke already.
What'd you say?
I said there weren't computers when He-Man came out.
Computadores. How was Robot He-Man created then? What's his name? Because you know what I'm talking about? The metal He-Man figure?
Well, there's Faker.
Faker, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Skeletor made him with magic.
Oh, great.
No further questions.
I mean, he's a cyborg, right?
Yeah, there's also that Roboto Man that Man-at-Arms made. That's basically like a clone of himself in robot form. That was in the one that actually forges the swords together.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with Motherboard. I like this new edition. It's nice to have like something new and not just rely on like old ideas that will just be like, oh, He-Man and Skeletor are just going to fight. Because I don't know how far they're going to go with this series, but I'm glad that they're thinking of new things to do. By the way, Henry Rollins is Triclops.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the cast is pretty stunning. Get some good cast in here. Like Mark Hamill as Skeletor. Did you know that?
I was thinking it was probably him.
Basically. He's famous for doing for being
so bad at acting that he never got a role after Luke Skywalker.
Luke's Skinwalker Ranch.
He was in the Guyver movie, the live action Guyver movie.
I do remember that actually. I remember seeing his pretty little face on there, and I was like, "Whoa, there's Markle Hamill."
He plays a detective, and he gets turned into a zoonoid, and his transformation is like disturbingly disgusting because he turns into like this turtle thing that has like cockroach.
What the hell?
And stuff. Yeah.
So he dies in the movie?
Spoilers, yeah.
Yikes. How long is he in the movie? I've never seen it.
Like 10 minutes.
Really?
I mean, he's not in it for long. He's only like a sub character. He's not the main guy. He's like a detective who's like trying to investigate Kronos, gets a little too close to the sun, and they turn him into a zoonoid.
So he's like the poster child, because I remember seeing him on like the cover art.
No, he's not on the cover art.
Or maybe not the cover art, but I feel like I remember going into some old music movie place, Suncoast, Rhode Island Mall. Remember that one?
Could you give me an address and a phone number? Because I don't have enough information. It might have been on the back of the.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's probably on the back of it.
Yeah, because they would have probably wanted to like market it as being Mark Hamill as being in the movie. But both those movies, the first one is really good, and then the second one is kind of a more gory Power Rangers type movie.
Gotcha. Nothing compares to the anime.
Yeah, both of the animes are awesome. The new one that they redid is really good too.
But
I just found out that they re-released Evangelion on Blu-ray.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but apparently it doesn't have the original dub. So now I've gone on a quest to try to find the original '90s dub, which apparently only came out in like one release of a limited edition Blu-ray.
I know the Kira one is kind of held in high regard to us. I think too. The original.
Yeah, but you can actually on the newest Blu-ray, you can actually switch to the original.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So when you say the newest one, is it this one?
That one, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you not watched that yet?
Akira? No, I haven't even opened it. It's been sealed.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, when you pop it in, you can go to language selection. And it'll say original like 1989, 2001 edition, or
Oh yeah, it does right here. 2001. Oh wait.
the one thing I will say is the 2001 version has like significantly better sound quality. Like the music is like more pronounced and like it's really good. But I always still watch it with the original.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess that's it for He-Man. I feel like what do you have anything else to say? I also got Spider-Man 3 from Goodwill.
Nice. Yeah, I think we'll see what. Well, he asked me a question and then you immediately stuck a DVD in.
I know, it's what I do.
Hey, how do you feel? Hey, what is it?
You get distracted by all my crap.
We'll see what happens with season 3. That's what I'll say. I think that we're kind of trending in the right direction with this season. I kind of, forgot and forgave the first season, like the missteps on it, and yeah, we'll see what they do.
Yeah,
definitely watch the next one.
I'll definitely watch it. Just seeing what they do with the animation and all the different characters is kind of neat. But yeah, I think that pretty much. Oh, do you have any thought in watching the CG one they put out?
I watched a couple of previews of it.
Previews?
Yeah, like I'm sorry, trailers, I guess. And then like they have when you go on the Netflix and you just let it play, there's like a little preview. It look, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like the Beast Wars production, like something about the way they're doing the music and the way that it looks directed. It kind of reminds me of Beast Wars.
It definitely has a much more like sci-fi look to it.
I like the art style, or at least it's like different enough to, seem worth watching. But it seems a little bit too like kiddish.
Yeah,
I'm not compelled to watch it.
It does look cool. The character design is kind of neat. His sword is like kind of weird. Like it doesn't make sense to me. The way his sword looks. He's also like ginormous. He looks like Hulk version all the time. But I might just check out a couple of episodes, see what it's like. Kind of like the new mutation for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Kind of has that vibe to it.
Yeah, where everything's like kind of accentuated in a weird way or like over exaggerated.
Yeah, but and I've heard good things about that Turtles ones too, but I've yet to check it out.
I love how you're wearing I didn't notice this until you stretched, but I love how you were like, I gotta get Garfield in the shot. And then you're wearing a Garfield shirt on top of that.
Yep.
We were
Garfield's.
Quick story from the battlegrounds of work. We had this like really awful meeting where we had to actually share like a gift to like show our mood, which you're wearing a mood shirt. And one of the guys just had a gif of Garfield scarfing like lasagna out of the pan, like the endless lasagna pan. And
I've used it.
And my boss like apparently doesn't know anything about Garfield because she's just like, oh, what's he eating? And I was like, wow, have you not ever read like what could he possibly be eating? I wonder.
That sucks. Missing out on a lot of pulp culture, pop culture.
She's around our age too, so it's like she would have definitely
really? Weird.
Yeah. feel like we all read garbage.
Naive.
Yeah. Anyway, it's my fun work story.
Pretty fun. I have a fun work story. It's called
Don't ever want to do it again.
I don't want to do it. It sucks. Bye.
All right. Next time we'll talk Cowboy Bebop or Dune or one of the other amazing
Dune, or maybe, yeah, or like an off the cuff random episode too.
Yeah, do some show and tell stuff. We got tons of stuff to do.
Ooh, show and tell episode.
Show off the new Turtles cabinet. Show off the Oculus.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Talk about it. Give our highly desired opinions.
Everyone wants to know what Tom and Andrew were thinking about.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Right. Like, what were they thinking starting this channel?
And why were they thinking? Who do they think they are?
Mr. Big Shot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's Charlie Brown.
Is that SH Figure Arts?
Yeah. Back in the day, they were still getting their legs.
It looks really high quality.
It's not bad considering. No,
What
it's
articulation did it have?
looks 17.
Whoa.
No, it sucks. Anyway, all right. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching, stopping by, and I'll talk to you later.
See you next time.